Hey, what's up everybody? It's your main man, Cali Boy Jones. This is the 407 Show Live, coming to you from Lakefront Park in Kissimmee. And I'm sitting here with Miss Yolanda Newton. She's an educator, a home educator, and I hope you guys will be interested in this. You make sure you like and share this after this interview, and we're gonna get started right now. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So tell me about your business in helping educate our youth.
Well, Education Revolution was born out of the idea that families can really take the education of their children into their own hands. Mm-hmm. Not just to have a standard education, but really to have an excelling education at whatever that kid wants to do.
Right.
I was an educator for many years before I decided to start Education Revolution. And I knew when it was time. Mm-hmm. My son was the impetus to make me start.
Right.
And really, it's really born out of the idea really to be able to help the parents give their kids a high quality education, to be a support for them.
What was the challenge in walking away from working in like public schools to now doing it for yourself?
Well, first of all, the business aspect, because usually when you think about teachers, you don't think about business, and we don't really wear that hat. We're educators.
Right.
You know, even when you look at us on the business end of how much of our money we pour into our classrooms, we don't have that hat on. Right. So I had to learn how to run a business.
Got you.
I'm also first generation here in America.
Wow.
So, you know, the from being little, it was always get a good job. Mm-hmm. You know, get a good job, make sure you have benefits. Right. Don't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Once you have the benefits, you're good. You know, and so it was a brave thing for me to step away from what I had been trained to do.
Right.
For me to walk away from a job that really people say, if you do the job, you're secure. You can be a teacher until you retire. Right. But when I walked away into the unknown.
Right.
You know, I had to decide, was it worth it?
Right.
Could I do it? And I decided I could.
I think that with education alone, we all have to find out what really works for us.
Yes.
And I remember, you know, like you said, growing up in the 80s and 90s, that's all they said, get a good job. You know, they would add education there, but it was not more like, get a good job and take care of your family.
Yep.
And, you know, those aspects alone, you know, that's what is beat down into you. But then now that the world has changed, what do you see as like the biggest challenge for children as far as education?
Really understanding, they have that challenge where the education system, with as many as amazing educators as they are. I know amazing educators, I know people who have the best interests at heart. Mm-hmm. The organizational structure of education today is not built for what the children of tomorrow are going to face. You know, they are building these kids to take tests, to meet a certain standard, to get a good job. Right. Unfortunately, that mentality of getting a good job and holding it until you graduate or until you retire, that's gone. Right. So we need to have them educated really to be, as CEOs today say, one of the most important things for kids is creativity and the ability to face challenges and overcome them. Right. That's not built into the school. Right.
And I think that we're missing that in today's education as well, to make sure that our kids not only have a good education, but they understand what they're learning, so that they can apply it to the real world. Yes. Because when we get out in the real world, a lot of the things that we've learned, some of the stuff they couldn't teach us in school. Yes. And they couldn't teach us at home. So it is good to have those skills. So what do you, on an everyday basis with the children, apply for them to learn that's not being taught in school?
Well, one of the first things is critical thinking. Critical thinking is beyond, I can understand that 1 + 1 is 2. It's taking that application and applying it to whatever they want to do. Another thing with it is for them to understand who they are, how they learn, and how they can be successful. I have so many kids on different paths. I have everything from cosmetologists to kids who say they want to be marine biologists. You can do whatever you want to do, but we need to expose them to as much as possible. And one of the last big things that I have for them is for them to understand that not just who they are, which I think is solidly important. Right. Especially with the young children, they need to know who they are, their history, their culture, their background, but then also understand that they're part of a global community. Right. It's no longer just America, and you're growing up and you live in Kissimmee, Florida, and that's it. Right. You're on a when you finish, you're on a challenge with kids in India. You're on the path. You need to understand you're a member of a world society. Right. You're a citizen of a world society. Know who you are and know where you stand.
And with the education that you teach, how have the parents been with what the kids are learning, what they weren't really learning in school to what you're teaching now?
The parents really love it. I mean, honestly, I have parents who, when I see them, I get big hugs. It becomes a bond, a community bond.
Right.
It also lets them know that I tell them, you can teach your kids.
Right.
I may be here as a support system, I may be here helping, I may be here guiding, but they are and forever will be the biggest educator that their children will ever have.
And that's for any of us as parents to have kids. You have the power to influence your children on a regular basis. It doesn't take, a whole world. They always say it takes a village, and it actually does take a village, but it starts with the parents. So with everything the success that you have had, is there anything that you feel like you can do better, or that you feel like you still challenged at?
Still with that hat of business, I'm doing quite well where I am, but I'm at that place where now we need to kind of expand so that we can help more. So that is a challenge for me, going from having the business hat. I'm an educator, but I'm learning too. I have business coaches and people helping me, and I'm learning every day. I have to step out my comfort zone. Because yes, I'm a teacher. I teach in front of classes. You can put me in front of, I've taught big auditoriums, I'm fine. But I'm sitting in front of this camera right now, which is not in my comfort zone.
Gotcha.
And I really have to think about that. Stretching myself beyond what I'm used to in order to get what I can't see that's possible.
Thinking outside of the box, and you mentioned being in front of the camera. It came to be a natural thing for me, and it was a gift, but I hadn't expounded on it. And the more I learned about it, the more I was able to tap into it and learn from other people. So, I've taken it, and it's helped me as an entrepreneur myself. And this situation right now, just sitting down talking to you, I hope, the audience will receive this as something that they want to reach out to Education Revolution, because if you're not satisfied with where your kids are, if you're not satisfied with what your kids are learning, you want to make sure you get them the best thing. And Education Revolution, it might be the next thing that you're looking for, so you guys make sure you reach out to it. And I just want to thank you for coming and sitting down. And we're outside, so if you hear the noise in the background, of course, when you're at a lake or at a park, you're going to hear a bunch of noise on the backside of people doing what they're doing. But she took the time to come and sit down and talk with me so that we can give you guys some pointers and some tips on how to get your kids a better education than what they already have. And there is anything how they can reach you, get a hold of you?
Well, of course, my website, educationrevolt.org. You can always find me there. There's ways to contact me there. Also, you can email me at director@educationrevolt.org. And probably it's modern, so email, text. You can contact me at 813-600-9253.
And remember this here, Education Revolution is the solution.